information feed very early on. Elevate does get cut down, so a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkham's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake, in Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away, want to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. Wang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets
look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks. The spray does come on through. A third party, though, beginning to shoot down on a Yuang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Trying to line of sight
at Snobby, but KBB does go down. It's now Yuang all by himself, and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yuang knows that. Trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
These players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to get off
the right play? They're going to push forward. Yuang no shield, and he's going to get the double. He's going to get the double and the revive on KBB. And there were some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Yuang takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Yuang gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these elims to make up for it.
That was
a clean. The knock on Landjock.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still now it is a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camera right there. Slacks and Keys, 2 quick eliminations. But you mentioned they can't afford to do that. It takes so much time in that fight. They've got to go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted, Clicks and Skeptic in a fight.
Got some shield. Doesn't necessarily want to use this mini to only get a 10. He's trying to obviously take small help his teammate out. No, he's getting taken. With the trap kill, he's gonna get the knock. Unbelievable, incredible place. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out. When you guys are in fights like this, you always want to do exactly what he's doing right now, which is branch out, continue to build these little 1x1s with pyramids, and try to confuse your opponents of where you actually are healing up.
Skeptic, just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Clicks has time to pop 1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build up, but no. They back up for a moment. Finally get the shot.
Okay, jetzt.
We take the oh my god, we got the trap caught in real life. Did he just take the L in real life? Homie, this is land. This dude's gonna come over.
Wartet mal kurz, Leute. Sorry, dass ich gerade nicht geredet habe. Auf jeden Fall mache ich es jetzt. Willkommen back zu meinem Stream. Wie ankündigt 20 Uhr. Und ja. Sorry, dass ich gerade nicht geredet habe. Auf jeden Fall jetzt willkommen back zu meinem Stream. Wie ankündigt 20 Uhr. Wir können später dann noch World Cup und so. World Cup glaube ich. Wir können dann später noch auf jeden Fall zocken. Also müsst ihr dann einfach reinschreiben, wenn ihr Bock habt. Alter.
There's no shot right there. Skeptic. You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does YouTube for a reason. But then also a fantastic player. I think speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now on your
Controllerspieler.
does knock 1. Hasn't finished the elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of shield. Hopefully he's going to drop some release here. AC is a good thing that he isn't sure he's calling it out right now. But it is also a 2-on-1, and they don't know, we don't know how weak this guy is right now, but if he is weak, and there's a double shotgun shot for over 21 white. Players no shield left. They're going to try to put the pressure on. Sean has health, and look how aggressive they're being. They're both one hit. They could actually trap.
They're going for it. They're saying, you know, you would have thrown the trap down by now. And there it is. And look at the take from Aiden. The jump out to the side, and they'll be rewarded with shields, with materials. And look, Aiden actually, there was 2 big shields. Yeah. Aiden's got the full health.
That's incredible, man.
You see the stats so far in this game. Aiden has done 434 damage, has taken 312, and he's near backup to max health. I know Aiden is a crowd favorite here. Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the Storm Circle is about to update right now. We just saw our second one forcing everyone out of the north and east side of the map. And also, guess what? Every single llama was found. Yep, all 5 llamas have been found. So we have some probably high material players right now.
A lot of rotation.
Oh my god, I can't even freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks like a lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's only 1 airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man. Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone in the World Cup here is taking their chances.
And what's kind of funny with this zone, as you see on the bottom right side of your map, the slipstreams are there to basically help everyone get from the southeast, east, and south side of the map easily into this zone. So if you kind of sit outside and wait for players to move in from the slipstream, you might be able to deal a lot of damage. And remember, you might think, oh, well, there's no way you're going to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying free damage for Storm Surge. Right. And that comes into play because it is going to happen very, very soon here. We're about a minute away.
It literally looks like we've been watching. But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still.
Yep. I guess that's a testament to our observers backstage. Great stuff to them. Lucky does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory. And Ninja,
like a dolphin.
Chug splashes have came into this game and they've completely taken competitive by storm. Are they the best healing item currently in this meta?
I think that, you know, there's a lot of items that get added where, you know, not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it. But let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more positive reactions from an item being added than when Chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to this delightful posts. Delightful, just some delightful posts. Those of you guys who don't know what they are.
And they're instant. You throw them down the ground and they can be used to heal you around you, as well as if you really want to be a troll with your enemies, then you're not. Here are Mongo and Micho in the zone, and you talked about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way someone in this lobby has a better inventory than what Mongo has right now. And when you come into this, they were already in your top 3. So they're in a position right now, Ninja, where if they have a pop-off performance right here, with only 6 games being played after the first 2, they could be your leaders.
Absolutely. I mean, they were only 2 points away from first. Yep, they did win the game. And Mongo went down early before playing points rewarded. So, Sean in another fight with Quentin and his squad. Sean trying to kick some walls here. And he's out of light ammo.
Out of materials.
And he's out of materials. So he can't even spray right now. The only thing you do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players who are actually trying to take walls.
So the player trying to drop a trap down low to bait Aiden, but Aiden is not the season veteran trying to cover his back. Players beginning to spray on for stink bombs dropping, and there's one of them. Another shot comes in.
Gets his shield, that's why he went for the third. Yep. And grabbed the mats. 365 mats now. He was on more than that. He's got
stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks. Look at how weak they are.
And they can get both Sean and Aiden. I think that's exactly what they should be split up. Now he's trying to take them one by one. Getting pushed by more than one person.
Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster for the duo. Damage dealt 639. He does go down on the quick edit.
Making plays. Now it's up to Sean. Can he clutch it? Only 2 HP. Got some minis. Picked up some ammunition out for his minigun. But it looks like Spades is just way more healthy. And obviously when there's 3 other players who are around him as well. So what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for high ground. Smart light. He's got a man.
No, he's got wood.
He's got wood. He's got wood.
He's both freaked out.
He put himself in a nice pyramid. For those of you guys who don't know what a brick or a metal
Aiden is down.
He has to push. That's it. He has to push. He has 52 health, but the zone is right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about Storm Surge. They're 446 above
as well. And the shots this is going to be taken down. I mean, that's just the worst position to be in any competitive game is being weak, low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden and whoever he's playing with, they are always the most.
Die werden es gar nicht mehr bekommen.
If you remember the famous moment, I think for me, arguably one of the most famous moments in Fortnite competitive history was was the Nick Merckx and Aiden duo where they made it into the big bonus about a year ago, and a crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations. Here, the stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage.
Da ist Stompy.
The average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above in this lobby already. Unfortunately, though, when you fight that much, there's a higher chance of you going down. Speaking of potential fights, here's Lucky and Brush, who we saw earlier on in the last game in Fatal Fields struggle to stay alive. Now in another tough spot as they're both low on shields and low on health. Decent rotation.
Hier mein Chronometer. Ich zeige euch, wie Leute, ich zeige euch, wie ihr in eurem Stream Spenden bekommen könnt am Handy.
Willkommen zurück hier auf dem Kanal Nerdcore United. Heute wieder etwas Besonderes für euch. Heute gibt es wieder ein Tutorial-Video von unserer Seite aus. Es kamen einige Fragen, wie es denn funktioniert, wenn ihr ein Paypal-Konto einrichten wollt oder einen Spenden-Button. Und da ich da nicht so geübt bin und auch nicht so die Ahnung davon habe, musste ich natürlich unsere Technikabteilung mal fragen, wie denn das für euch möglich ist. Und der gute Schubel wird euch heute erklären, wie ihr denn Spenden bei Twitch und auch bei YouTube bekommen könnt. Bitte, Schubel. Ja, dann erstmal Hallo von mir und wir fangen. Sofort an. Und zwar mit dem PayPal-Konto erstellen. Da geht ihr logischerweise auf paypal.com. Ich glaube, wenn ihr über paypal.de geht, funktioniert das genauso, aber leitet euch automatisch auf .com weiter. Dann geht ihr dort auf Neu anmelden. Und macht ein
Paintball.com. Paintball.com. So Leute, ich muss kurz was machen. Ich will jetzt probieren, dass ihr auch was spenden könnt mir. Jungs, pss, ich bin kein Geiler.
In this fight, this is game 2 of 6, folks. The match is going to be going on out today. 62 players left in this one, 35 duos. You see Harper and Falconer. Looks like they did a as the frantic rotation begins to move on in. More Storm Surge and Suzy begin to come to play. Jack, I have a question for you, man. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you think is the play? Rotate it right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team? For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, and the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to face the ground up on the leaderboard, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some eliminations. If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. You have
I
think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, we're looking over here doing 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game at Snobby Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down, so they're still in this one because
he still has that beautiful blue combat where he clutches it, man.
Yes, he does, and all materials you could ever ask for at nearly 100 builds in this one.
You see they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying focus this, the zone's closing.
1, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 2, 5.
Ninja called it, the man knows. They
You guys saw the pyramid. It's exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You
1,
need
5, 2,
two
5.
layers protecting you from one of those walls. So that double sniper.
1, 5, 2, 5, 9, 5, 2, 4. 9, 5, 2, 4. Leute, nicht wundern, ich stelle gerade was ein. Also nicht wundern. 5, 4, 9, nice.
This storm surge, and they're good for the moment, and there's the replenish from his teammate in vitro. 64 total builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always split half and half match with one another, and then they go and flood to others. And it's just a perfect way of making sure that the guys have equal material.
Look at how weak Saf is. Saf just sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongo. Stink bomb is hit as well.
Was heißt PLZ?
They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our pit zone.
The storm is closing in.
Google, was heißt PLZ?
PLZ Postleitzahl.
Ach, Postleitzahl. Plus, Jungs.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down with Mongrel in a fight. Gets one.
Ach ne, jetzt kann ich von vorne anfangen, oder was?
Mitro gets chucked as well.
Ey, bitte. Ich wollte nicht von vorne.
Does look like early on. Elevate did go down there. So delayed. Does Zane go for it? Zane Saf, do they do it? Do you go for the launch pad there and so many materials? This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want. They're gonna do it. They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Saf uncontested. That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up.
Passwort für... Na.
Rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad. Both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though. They try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it. Another massive rotation gonna be taken to the center of Pleasant Park. 67 damage above the threshold, so they're looking good right now.
1, 5, 2, 5, 9, 5.
High ground. What's the play?
5, 2, 4, 5, 4, 9. Straße. Achso. Straße. Adresse, Zusatz. Adresse. PLZ, Postleitzahl, achso, Postleitzahl. 5. Gott. What? Postleitzahl. Junge, was ist denn? 4, 5, 2.
4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down the height for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough.
Oh mein Gott, sie gewinnen.
TSM takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale and 7 eliminations.
Look at that.
Vinny's hyped and Zexro looks like
he was stunned.
Got his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, Jay, you know, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point. But God,
it's unreal.
2 NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what? Mongrel and Mitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly, it seemed they're even jumping and shotgun at the same time. Vinny pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So I did. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s in the lobby.
7, 8.
Yeah, that's what that focus is. That reminds me, I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand and took it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is
In welchem Jahr habe ich
looking
gewusst
around,
eigentlich?
there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this week. And millions tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
Don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible.
Yep.
And just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here, right? You guys want to be
So doesn't
here.
sound.
Take notes. Yeah. Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights.
Junge, was ist denn bitte dieses Datum?
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic end, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just end game for you guys.
So the comp's kind of hectic with all the news, but we're just really good at playing together. Like for the longest duo that have played together. So yeah, we're just not.
Great. Fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD.
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro. You know, they've always been known as being so aggressive. From all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments, while they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive work.
Junge, was ist denn das?
Just like a lot of other towns here, always at the top of the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualify, they continue to keep playing and practicing. Guess what? They just took game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Immediately, I felt like he was just talking about what are we gonna do next.
Millimeter.
Let's do it again. Yeah. Right? How can we change? Maybe even better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have
Was heißt?
after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zay and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Hype, Darox, Item, Corwin and Tux, Snappy and Red Rush all there.
Alles klar.
Sap, you have a nice little lead right now. Nobody is safe.
Ein Geburtsdatum.
The rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji, Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra, Emerald 1Z, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra.
Lol.
And boom, they'll move up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game. All right, 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to $3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of
Hey Junge, was ist das? Schwer.
absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job. Always a pleasure.
privilege to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk. But I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man.
Ein gültiges Datum ist.
Locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course,
Willkommen am 8.4.
go ahead and commentate some games. So what I want to know from you is, have you guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, let's let me hear you. You know, that was so-so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously,
Ich check es nicht, Digga. Eins neun neun neun. Ist das? 99999. Junge. Was wollt ihr, Digga? Geburtstatum, mein Geburtstatum, wenn ich geboren. Ach, wenn ich geboren bin. Also. Gut. Ich finde 2020 habe ich ja.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Fortnite fan 여러분들 안녕하세요. What's up, Fortnite fam? Hey, 저는 Fortnite fan.
2001.
Was geht, Freunde? Manjun, Bango, man. What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam? Is the boss? Sorry, I'm texting. What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam? Hey, galera, Fortnite. What's up, Fortnite fam? G'day, Fortnite fam. Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite? G'day, Fortnite fam.
2001 bin ich geboren.
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, Fortnite fans, get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next game. One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things, like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on one. Head on over. RetailRoad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We got some hoodies. We even got the little drone. That's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone. So you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some on the screen. Also, that drift shirt, by far, my favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character.
Ah, die müssen mindestens. Aha, da bin ich schon mindestens 18. 2001. Wie bin ich denn 18 Jahre?
Wait a minute, Zeke, what about like everyone else? Why is it just Golden Boy? Well, he's a Golden Boy, he's selfish, and he wanted the pizza off for himself. Get called out, that's right, now the world knows.
Jetzt bin ich keine 18, scheiße.
They went out for some pizza, they had a night on the town, so let's take a look together.
2000.
New York City.
2017. 2001.
The Empire State Building, and the first ever Fortnite World Cup final. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players from around the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. But before the action started, I took World Cup qualifying players Aiden and Chinkin out to show them the Big Apple, starting with PC Gaming Cafe, Waypoint. What's up, boys? Welcome to Waypoint. Good to see you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink.
Leute.
Thank you so much for joining me here in my hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so far? Chinkin, we'll start with you.
Hot, a lot of people.
Yeah, hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also welcome to New York. It's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Like I'm in Central.
And the population,
40.
I think it was like 40,000 people in the train that you were in on the way here.
Probably.
Yeah, so
So
now I want to talk about the competition at hand because obviously this is going to be the biggest opportunity, I would imagine, of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way as a player?
Scheiße.
I don't think like there's a way to like prepare for it. I try to like calm down, not get like nervous, not get shaky and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we should be good. Like,
Still crazy having like a live crowd.
Yeah.
I try
Jetzt
not to
wieder
take
eine
tournaments,
Kritik.
like, too seriously. If I play
Setzen.
relaxed, I feel like I do better. I remember when everyone's like, this guy
Jetzt bin ich wieder nicht 18.
couch at home, the casters, and it was like, I was just relaxed, you know, and I feel like I played better.
Okay, so gentlemen, we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out. All right, so now here we are at Washington Square Park. And I love the fact that we've conveniently set this up.
Lol, es
I don't
ging.
know what these pieces would symbolize. I'm not too sure. Is it like king or queen? While we have this here to talk about competition, you guys are potentially going to be
Senden Sie Geld an Freunde und Familien oder zahlen Sie jemandem Geld zurück?
about that.
I just don't want to feel the L2 guy.
Oh, you don't want to feel the L2
I've watched them play a little bit in Compton. They're very like, I've seen them play aggro before. It's pretty scary. So if you have chemistry where you can play without even talking, you guys know what you're gonna do. That's like a team like that's gonna win. So.
What you guys are going to experience this weekend?
Wartet mal ganz kurz. Ja. Okay. Video 889. Maya? Komm, kannst du ganz kurz mal schnell hochkommen? Video 889. Video 8899. 889.
Alter, Phil, weißt du, als Uli mit dem Ball getroffen hat?
Weit? Mit meinen?
Ja.
Wo liegt der jetzt?
Ja, da, oder?
Hier bin ich. Hol mal schnell den Block und Zettel. Ich muss mir ein Passwort merken.
Also hier.
Ja, hier habe ich Zettel, aber einen Stift kannst du mir mal da von dir bitte schnell bringen. Filio 889. Ich kann mir das kleine mehr merken, bitte.
Feinliner.
Warte. Ich habe jetzt ein Konto aufgemacht.
Bitte. Ich hab für Papa noch ein Bier.
Und
Schnell das Bier mit.
Trag 0 1. Ich habe jetzt Geld.
Ich muss das Fenster mal zumachen.
Beim Zocken.
Oh, das ist schön warm. Das ist schön kalt.
Achso, warte, ich habe es. Du kannst ruhig wieder gehen, oder? Oder willst du mir zugucken, wie schnell wie ich jetzt Geld mache? Kannst du dann mal hochkommen?
So. Etwas machen, okay?
Okay.
Wenn ich meinen Sack ausgefunden habe.
Passwort.
Viel.
IO 889. Geht es, Leute? Ich muss jetzt noch. Was hab ich denn da genommen? Warte. Ich habe auf jeden Fall 5-4. Geht nicht. Scheiße, Digga. Ich dachte, Paintball kann ich direkt ohne Ausweis. Das ist lockt ein. Fuck. Aber mir spenden kann man jetzt noch nicht, oder? Dass ich das auf mein Paintball-Konto krieg. Ja.
Privatkonto, geschäftlich, ich glaube, da müsstet ihr Millionen an Leuten haben, die euch Spenden zukommen lassen wollen. Dementsprechend reicht ein Privatkonto vollkommen aus. Das lässt PayPal nicht so ganz zu. Dann geht ihr einfach auf Weiter. Dann müsste, das können wir jetzt leider nicht machen, dann müsste eigentlich die Abfrage nach eurem Kunden, nach eurem Konto kommen, eurem Bankkonto. Weil PayPal wird euch dann einen
Stream gerade auf YouTube, willst du sagen?
1 bis 3 Cent überweisen. Das kann bis zu einer Woche dauern. Und in diesen Betrag, den müsst ihr dann per Online-Banking oder per Kontoauszug euch abrufen. Ist dann ein Code versehen, den ihr in PayPal wiederum eingeben müsst, damit ihr euer PayPal mit eurem Bankkonto kombinieren könnt. Ist eben wichtig für Sicherheit, weil sonst könnte man ja einfach einen Account erstellen, irgendein Bankkonto hinzufügen und PayPal würde froh und munter weiterziehen. Ja, das bekommt ihr dann. Dann loggt ihr euch natürlich über euren Account ein. Dort steht dann auch, ihr habt Konto eröffnet und das Konto eben eröffnet. Das ist dieses normale Anmelden. Dann müsst ihr eben mit diesem Kontoauszug das Bankkonto bestätigen. Dann müsst ihr eure E-Mail-Adresse bestätigen und dann bestenfalls noch eure Handynummer. Das ist halt nochmal mehr Sicherheit. Eine App verwenden könnt ihr auch, müsst ihr aber nicht. So habt ihr dann das PayPal-Konto schon erstellt. Das ist eigentlich, es dauert halt etwas länger, weil ihr erst diese Zahlung erhalten müsst. Und dann gehen wir auch gleich zu dem Streamlabs. Dort geht ihr Login und je nachdem, ob ihr mit Twitch oder mit YouTube wollt, das ist völlig egal, wo ihr euch einloggt, klickt ihr jeweils dort drauf.
Streamlabs. Ich bin so aufgeregt, weil das Passwort war. Leute, sorry, dass gerade nichts passiert. Sorry. So, hier könnt ihr wieder sehen. Ich kann jetzt das noch raus. Oder komm, wir starten mal ein Video. Was? Nee, warte mal. Nein, ich brauche Streamlabs, Bruder. Kannst du mir bitte einen Gefallen tun, Maya? Ich hab dir Dublos gegeben, wisst ihr? Kannst du mal mir ein Glas holen und Cola reinfüllen und das mir hochbringen? Was? Maya. Ja, du hast doch noch Zeit.
just getting the bearings all together here, I think, for the players as well. That moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change your drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PFZin earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that. Yes, Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him. So they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo, so we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations, but he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him, and Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. But Nyx and PFZin, they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nyx and PFZin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance. He's going to be out of there, but now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7SSK7. Got Spades and Crims now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crims is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and trying to use that advantage from the down low, a little bit of that right hand, right? Just see if he can get a peek in there. Does get tagged up, Crims. Guy does back away there, does manage to build out. And Spades is going to force him out. There you go. So they're just right now playing for that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these, the natural high grounds, right? Get to the top, hold it down. Don't really focus too much on just trying to get in their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land, and then going for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. I mean, Jamside and 7SSK7, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jamside. He's looking for 7SSK7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove here, because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of eliminations. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just wiping up these players at these points of interest. And looks like Lucky Landings is theirs right now.
And they'll have that, but let's see. Miz and Daedra. They linger about it. I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there. So you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on looting. High ground has been lost, though. Miz needs to be careful. Where's Daedra at? He's going to be right next to him, trying to get these angles.
So what they have to do, they have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent, catch a nice little low ground peek right here? Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here. So he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What are they going to do? It's just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining, and just a hope and a prayer, but unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out. Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points.
Smirky.
Feels so good.
It's really good. It feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to Game 1. They had a great Game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through to endgame. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great, but you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at what, circle 5, or yeah, circle 5. I think we were sitting at like 45, 46 players. They're just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's dealing back. Crew and Chapels, one of my picks to watch. Had sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here, and Crew does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away. Both players, well, respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out. Crew and Chapix having to get out of there, and they're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nades to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
need big performances. They have to push towards placement and endgame. So good on them to kind of back up. And when you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your builds. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, there you go. Yeah,
you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it off. Maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene, Airwalks and Nikov. Airwalks winning the Pro-Am yesterday 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The Fast Track, Airwalks, and Nikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That's intense. They were struggling so close on the cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. If it was 5 placements, they were 6 or so like that. It was that close for them. But jumping in here, Crew is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone. Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out X-Mend. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so will be out of the action as well. Crew by himself has 1 elimination. Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive. We're going into the next circle here in just a little bit. It's going to start to collapse. Salty Springs is going to be the point of interest for all of our players here. Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. We'll have to see. Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you gonna do with it? Crew's still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall. 184! Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot. With the new tactical shotgun, the legendary. That's right, when you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, the young player there from Sweden, 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions of dollars. So many of these players, they're just young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next year this could be them. And then you got a few of the veterans. Sexro, Vinny, saw Nate Hill, as well as Funk Mongrel, Mitro, Aiden there in the corner of the screen. And back over to our Game 2 winners, Zextro and Vinny. No eliminations to their name thus far. I mentioned Wolfie's aggro controller player. He went right for Nyx and just take him out on that one. Yeah, I definitely want to see Wolfie hopefully catch some more highlights before the weekend's over. Touch base with him. He's a great kid, definitely enthusiastic about being here at the World Cup, and he feels totally prepared. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players to actually qualify for this weekend. This is a big weekend for a lot of players, obviously, clearly. Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found the rhythm. They've been a little quiet, man. They won WSOE, a great duo that has had success in the past, but this has just not been their game so far. Got to get something to turn it around. The talent is certainly there. I think I saw someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit mention, why is no one talking about Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they got to start doing some things. And I think games 1 and 2 has not been their game. Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily revealing strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Zip right there as Mitro sends one flying down the field right there. Sent him packing. Dear me. All right, so back into the action at hand. We're going to have 36 duos left in this. Notable names, obviously, Mega and Dubs. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage. A lot of people in the crowd popped for Benji Fishy when he walked out, as well as Mr. Savage. For due reason, this is a stupendous duo. The double snipe combination from Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage. Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another. Right. Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup. Look what happened in game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Fwexy and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind him. Cooler organization. Benji Fishy's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now having to deal with a player that engaged. Leute, jetzt zocken wir, würde ich sagen.
Leute. In meinem Titel steht nichts. Wie kann man gewinnen? Also, was kann man denn hier gewinnen? Wenn du bei World Cup meinst, Digga, da kannst du irgendwas mit 3 Millionen. Deswegen, ich weiß jetzt nicht, was du meinst. Warst du gerade beim Stream? Ja, ich konnte gerade nicht reden, weil ich kurz weg war. Ich kann jetzt wieder reden. Also wollen wir Duo zocken? Alter Junge. Okay, das später mit Freund um 1:15. Jo, auf jeden Fall, ich muss das noch mal kurz weg, also mein Vater nervt so. Ja. So Leute, back in the business bin ich. Was wäre ich denn Party eingeladen? Okay. Also nach der Runde wird das Stream ja ganz kurz beendet. Oder ich beende jetzt, weil den Stream soll es nie gegeben haben. Ja, weil der Stream soll eigentlich 6 Stunden Stream heißen. Ich stream dann jetzt gleich 6 Stunden, Jungs. Also bleibt dran. Das war jetzt sozusagen ein längeres Video. Und deswegen, ja. Bleibt dran, ich stream gleich einen 6 Stunden Stream. Ja, könnt ihr ja, wenn ihr Bock habt, gerne einschalten. Würde mich sehr, sehr zumindest freuen. Alter. Fick dich doch, Alter. Und wir sehen anders, das ist ein Ping. Jungs, ich spende jetzt schon mal im Stream. Und ciao.